So this is my Kirby Ultimate G Diamond Edition, right there. So, I finally got it finished, and here it is. Completely refurbished. This machine was actually kind of fun to service. You can see I got it all polished up nicely, and I got this machine from the Goodwill about an hour away from where I live, and I picked up a Dirt Devil Easy Light along with it, the one behind the Power Express. That was on the vacuum stage video. So this machine was actually in very good condition. I doubt it was used all that much. Just based off seeing how motor looked, everything was relatively clean, and it was very, very minimal service on this that I had to do. So I did take the motor out and cleaned up the whole thing, put some fresh oil in it. I took out the, the transmission, the cluster switch that's located right there. I cleaned everything out, washed everything, of course, the aluminum, the plastics, and everything before I polished them. And I think it came out pretty good. There's a few fingerprints on it, but it don't really matter. But yeah, everything on it works. It's just how it is. And of course, it's the Diamond Edition, so it has the 2-speed right there. But yeah, everything's in good condition. The only thing that this is missing is one of the caps for the wheels right there. But other than that, this thing is complete. It still has this one right here. I did wash the outer bag. I went to my local vacuum store. Set the camera down for a minute. I went to my local vacuum store and I picked up 2 HEPA bags along with a belt for this thing, because of course it needed a belt. So it's actually a very big bag, and I did check the fill tube. There's no dust leaks or anything. I know they like to leak, but everything is pretty clean. Of course, I washed out the bag. So overall, this thing turned out very nice, and this thing's in very good condition. Set the camera down for a second. This bag requires 2 hands to zip. There we go. So yeah, the zip is just fine on this bag. You can see the bag is in great condition. And yeah, overall this thing is in amazing shape. Only thing about this that's in kind of rough shape is the cord. There are a few spots where the brush obviously tore it up. And right here. This obviously wasn't installed. The cord was not installed on this back spine, so they were running over this portion of the cord, unfortunately. But the cord still works perfectly. There's no nicks in it or anything, or not nicks, but there's no copper showing, so I'm not too worried about it. And of course, you have that little coin slot. Unfortunately, there was nothing in there, but wasn't expecting it. I think it's kind of a silly feature. But yeah, everything's cleaned out. I can see there's a little bit of wear right here, but no big deal. I did replace the headlight bulb for it. You can see everything is nice and clean. Very shiny aluminum. And of course, I replaced the belt with a genuine Kirby belt. There it is. Little diagram to show you what position to put the brush on. I went ahead and put the brush on the 2nd position. And you see the bristles are in very good condition. They're very stiff. And this roller cleaned up amazing. You can see this thing looks like brand new. So again, this machine, for the $20 that I paid for it and how minimal work it needed, I'm very happy with this. Oh, and there's the fan. Fan had a little bit of wear on the edges, but nothing major. Still in good condition. No cracks or anything. Try to do this one-handed. There we go. Belt back on. And looks like this is a date code right there. So it looks like 2004. So, not as old as I thought it was. I was not too familiar with Kirby's. I have used Kirby's in the past that weren't mine. but I am decently familiar with Kirby's. Not as far as taking them apart, but I am familiar with them as far as just using them. So, we got all that out the way. Let's go ahead and give this thing a run. You can see I already vacuumed my room with it, but I'm going to go ahead and show it off here. So we're going to put it in drive. So this thing runs very, very well. Very smooth. Grooms the carpet very nicely, of course. And yeah, so this thing is fully working. So my overall thoughts on this machine, just real quick. I know it's not a review or anything. It's heavy. The transmission, though, does make it a lot easier to push. Kind of just like a normal upright vacuum. But to me, it just doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense to daily drive it. Now, I might daily drive it one day, maybe for like a week, or maybe even up to a month. But it's a decent machine. Cleaning performance on it is obviously pretty good. Filtration on it is okay. I say okay because, of course, this is not the model with the filter to filter out the carbon dust. But I am running a HEPA bag in it, so at least the dust is going to be filtered relatively well. Obviously, it's built well, and the cord is decently long. So, as far as using it, it's a decent machine. It's kind of bulky, but it is a decent machine. Would I pay $2,500 for a brand new one? No, I would never. I just think it's kind of funny how you're paying max price for a vacuum cleaner and you get the wooden brush roller that is not serviceable. Well, you can service the end caps, yes, but it does not have. It's not a metal brush roller, or it's not even with the replaceable brush strips, where with machines that are less than half the price of this brand new will give you a metal brush roller along with replaceable brush strips that this does not have. So I feel that this machine does lack modern features that modern vacuum cleaners have today. But with that being said, it is a decent machine. It's not my favorite, certainly not my favorite in the collection, but I'm very happy I picked this up because I was always wanting to add a Kirby to the collection to add to my all-metal uprights. So of course the Kirby sits right there next to my Royal all-metal upright. So there will be a review on this coming soon, and of course I'm going to compare it to my Royal all-metal upright one of these days. So there's your little update on this Kirby Ultimate G Diamond Edition. Thanks for watching.